How did you find out about Yield School?
Well, believe it or not, it was a pop-up on Instagram. Um,
Okay.
I, you know, I got into crypto just by chance in 2017. I was
Mm.
working in Manhattan for a startup company, and a couple of my coworkers said, "Oh, you should buy these new digital assets, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy Litecoin," and I did. Um, and I didn't touch them for the last 8 years now, right? It's going about 8 years since 2017, and I started, with the new um, Trump presidency. All the buzz was, crypto president, it's going to run, bull run. So I started searching that, and obviously Cookies got on my phone, and you popped up, and I
As I
said,
do, yeah.
yeah. Also, another company popped up. So I spoke with this other company. We had a Zoom call. They told me what they do. I almost signed up with them, and then I had a call with I think it was Josh from your
Okay.
team, and you guys were the right fit, right? You guys were priced more aggressively, but offered the same or better service. And the gut feeling was there that you guys were the right choice, right? Decentralized Masters was the other one.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I like that you're a regulatory lawyer. I like that. The other guy was a CFA, and they kept saying CFA, CFA, and I don't know. All they talked about was how smart the owner was, and they didn't really talk about their program enough. And you guys really went deeper into what you offer, and you guys are more aggressive. They wanted me to farm stable coins and just sit back and not manage it. I wanted a more aggressive company with the portfolio, and um, Yield School was it. So
Sweet. What I love it when you go like that because you answer a few questions at a time. I guess a good question. What was your biggest problem before joining Yield School?
So my biggest problem was the fact that I lost money in between that 2017 and now. I had a friend that I went to school with, very successful guy, sold the company, sold it for 8 million, and he had a project back in 2021, Earth Fund. It was a startup coin, startup company, and I liquidated all of my ETH, didn't touch my Bitcoin, thank God, and invested in his company that he was spearheading, and I trusted him, and there was no rug pull or anything crazy that happened, but the FTX collapse happened, so his
Mm.
project the whole thing went down. I think it was 20,000, maybe $30,000. I lost in that. So my problem was, I followed his instructions, and he said, we're going to go to this page called Uniswap, and you're going to swap your tokens, and you have to go here, and he led me through all the process, and he knew it inside and out, and he had a lot of money invested too, so it wasn't like he let us be the guinea pigs. But my problem was, I wanted to get back into crypto, but I needed somebody that really knew what they were doing, and just didn't have one project like my friend Steve did, um, and I wanted to invest my own cash into it, and I wanted to, I found out that I can put my Bitcoin that I own now, two of them, two full coins, to use, and they were sitting there making me $0 for a long time, making the exchanges that held them money, right?
Mm.
So I needed someone to not really hold my hand, but to make sure I don't make a mistake, right? Um, and you guys said you'll do that, and followed through. I've been blown away with the amount of attention that I've gotten, and you guys literally hold our hands on how to create the portfolio and make it aggressive if you want to be aggressive, and then how to go through the steps. I think I've sent probably like 35 or 40 screenshots to the tech, to the tech department when I'm doing things. Does this look good? Does this look good? Because I don't want to make a mistake. People don't get into crypto because they're scared, I think, of losing all their money, right? And there's tons of fraud out there in this business,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and
Yeah.
it's insane that even someone who I think I'm pretty smart and pretty intuitive, without you guys watching me and making sure I don't make a big mistake, you know, I could lose the whole thing, so
Right.
it's protection and guidance, and that's worth every penny that I paid you guys.
So in In what respect has Yield School helped you solve the problem?
So Yield School has helped me solve the problem of taking the money that I make in real estate that I work really hard for and turning it into an asset that's growing. In my business in real estate, we buy properties, right? And they grow in with passive income from rental income, right? I own only two of them, right? But it's a slow growth, and you're very you don't have a lot of control over the asset once you buy it. You hope that rents will go up and they'll pay, and that appreciation will go up. Yield School helped me solve the problem of having money sitting in a savings account that wasn't doing anything, and now it's multiplying. It's working while I sleep for me, and safely, right?
Hmm.
Safe appreciation, and like, accumulating yield that I just wasn't making for years. I was waiting for real estate projects. I was waiting for places to put my money, and I did, right? I would put money into investors, and I'd get the money back, and I'd get the listing, and that's good, 20% return, really nice return, but it was long-term projects, where you guys have given me the opportunity to do things more, um, be more nimble with my finances, and not lock them up for a long period and still make really good returns.
Great. What are some successes you've had? Can you share any wins, any results?
So yes, since joining and since working with my associate, I've taken about 100,000 American dollars and turned it into 150,000. I've invested in mid cap and low cap coins. I've invested in blue chips that have appreciated in their own percentages over only a 2-month period. I've been trusting my associate to give me recommendations that fit my profile, right? That fit how aggressive or not aggressive I'd like to be, and the aggressive ones have 2x and 3x and pieces of my portfolio. So looking to do that again, and I'm looking to follow the market and keep the portfolio growing as the bull market moves into its next stages, and it's here.
Yeah, amen to that. Okay. What do you like most about Yield School?
What I like most about Yield School is the constant attention, the constant hand-holding, the constant guidance if you need it, right? If you're brand new to crypto, and you literally only know what Bitcoin is, they will slowly take you into the next stage of assets, and they'll take you into the next category as you want, as you decide to go deeper into the business. I also like the fact that there's constant tech support to make sure that you don't make a mistake. The tech, the combination of my associate Ryan and then all the tech support, but especially a gentleman named Mohsen, has been, it's like Batman and Robin, those two. And one wouldn't be good without the other, right? Ryan's been a rock star with his recommendations, and Mohsen is patient with me, and helps me make sure that the strategies that me and Ryan decide on, happen the right way. I don't make a mistake or, click something that's going to drain my wallet, God forbid. So,
Yeah,
it's
I'm really proud of that service, because even with the big exchanges like Coinbase or Binance, it's quite difficult to find support. And generally, I find that our service times are quite fast. Often you can just click the button, and usually within 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you should have someone in your inbox saying, what are you trying to achieve? How can I help you? And they are crypto native guys I find. So they seem to do a good job. I'm glad you've had a good experience.
great experience. Yeah, it is very real time. The longest I've waited is like 10 or 15 minutes, and that's fine. The support's there. It's not like it goes on for an hour and I'm waiting. And as you know, crypto's timely sometimes, right? So that timely support when you need it is crucial, and I think that's really going to help you guys grow your company, because that's where the apprehension is, right? It's like, okay, someone shows me the roadmap, and then how do I do it? Like, it's a lot of moving parts. I'm pretty tech savvy. There's a huge population out there that probably would want to invest in this space that's not tech savvy at all, and
Right.
just by nature. So, your support team almost would have to have different levels, I think, for I don't know. I don't know how you do that in the future, but different levels for
Me
different,
neither.
you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't want to take up your like most advanced guy for someone that is
Yeah.
like trying to set up their first wallet. I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's for you guys to decide as you grow, right? It's all about scaling, and I hope that you're scaling since I joined. That it seems like you are.
Yeah. Well, we're like the market. So we go up and down with the market, but
Hmm.
what we're always, and that's fine. We're always aiming for higher lows and higher highs. And as we establish the brand and become more recognized, the volatility, I hope to, for the benefit of my team and my mental health, we minimize the volatility and we become a bit more steady.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So how long has Yield School been in existence? I think when I was speaking to Josh, what I found was 2 years or under 2 years at that point, right? It's a
Technically now 3 years.
Okay.
It'll be 3 years in 1 month. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, we've built up we started very slow. It was just me. We started off just as a normal course. Like I sell you a course, I sell it through my social media, but
Hmm.
more and more people wanted help. And so as you do, you just listen to the market and then you build out more systems and you try and be responsive. Then you need to hire more people and then the costs go up. So now you need better customer acquisition to satisfy the costs. And
Right.
before you know it, you come into what we are now. And I'm happy with it. And I would like it to continue on its trajectory. So one more question I would ask, would you recommend Yield School?
100% all day, every day. Yield School is the is the blue chip in this industry for training. There has been 100 pop-ups since since I joined on my
Yeah.
socials, and relevant information seem like they're decent, but you guys are the Bitcoin of training and training and support in this industry, and I would definitely recommend, and I plan on sending you guys referrals from you know people that I know that are in finance, traditional finance, that are interested in getting into the decentralized world, and just they also don't know which way to go. So I'll definitely be sending referrals into you guys.
We'll take those referrals, Will. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
The last question, who do you think would benefit most from Yield School?
It's a good question. I think the investor that has traditional assets, traditional investments in the stock market, and wants to get into something that can grow faster, and that they're hearing about. I think someone that needs security, because I think that's the real apprehension for
Yeah.
traditional investors is it's security, right? And education, educating investors that there's real products behind these coins.
Yeah.
The coins that you invest in are real products, real companies, actual grow things that'll grow, right? That are not going to um, that can be sold, and that can be you know um, can be realized eventually. And I think someone that's in traditional finance can fly in this business, because the principles and the economics are the same. It's just this is like the unknown right now
Yeah.
for, I don't know, 80% of people, maybe higher.
Higher. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
unknown. So, and
Okay.
it is the future. I
Yeah.
see it. I see it loud and clear, and then you explain it excellent in your TED talk. For your advertising, it's the
Yeah.
truth.
Well, when you see crypto on your feed, like you assume it's a scam, and maybe you assume the whole industry is a scam, and
Hmm.
then because we are servicing it, we are scammers servicing the scam, and so you have to do a lot of communication, trying to just fix some beliefs, and that just takes a TED talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.